You sold an investment and made money. Good news. Now here's the question almost nobody can answer before they do it. How much of that gain does the government actually take? The surprising truth is that the answer can swing wildly, and it often comes down to one thing that has nothing to do with how much you made and everything to do with how long you waited. Today, how your investments are really taxed, in plain English. If you like the tax code explained calmly, in plain English, before it ever costs you money, take a second and subscribe. Just a few clear money breakdowns a week. Now let us clear up the thing that scares a lot of people off investing in the first place. Here's the fear that keeps so many people frozen. They imagine that the moment their investments go up, a tax bill lands on the doorstep. Or worse, they picture some confusing monster of a form that only an accountant could love. So they either avoid investing altogether, or they invest and then quietly dread every spring. And here's the frustrating part. The system actually rewards patience, in a big and generous way, but almost no one explains the rules clearly enough for you to use them, so you end up paying more than you needed to, not because you did anything wrong, but because nobody ever handed you the map. So let us draw that map, starting with the single most important idea. You are not taxed on an investment just because it went up. On paper, your account can climb for years and you owe nothing. The tax only shows up when you sell and lock in the gain. Money that has grown but that you still hold is called an unrealized gain, and it is invisible to the tax authorities. The moment you sell, it becomes a realized gain, and that is the moment the clock and the bill begin. This one distinction is quietly powerful, because it means you, not the calendar, choose when most of the tax happens. Now the part that changes everything, the one thing I promised at the start. When you do sell, the rate you pay depends mostly on how long you held the investment before selling. There's a single line drawn at 1 year. Sell something you held for 1 year or less, and the profit is a short-term gain, taxed at your ordinary income tax rate, the very same rate as your paycheck. That can be steep. Hold that same investment for more than a year before you sell, and the profit becomes a long-term gain, taxed at a special lower set of rates. Same investment, same profit. The only difference is patience, and patience is rewarded with a smaller bill, and those long-term rates are gentler than most people expect. Depending on your total income for the year, a long-term gain is taxed at just 0, 15, or 20%. Yes, 0 is a real bracket. If your total taxable income for the year stays low enough, some or all of your long-term gains can be taxed at nothing at all. Most middle-income earners land in the 15% lane. Only high incomes reach the top 20% rate. There is one more piece to fit in: the dividends your investments pay you along the way. The steady qualified kind get that same friendly long-term treatment. The other kind are taxed like your paycheck. So the theme keeps repeating. The calm, patient money is taxed the lightest. Let us make this real with round numbers. Say you invest, it grows, and you are sitting on a $10,000 gain. Picture two versions of you. The first version gets impatient and sells at the 11-month mark, just under a year. That $10,000 is a short-term gain, taxed like your salary. In a common middle bracket, say 22%, that is roughly $2,200 gone to tax. Now the second version of you waits just a few more weeks, past the 1-year line, and then sells. Same $10,000 gain, but now it counts as long-term, taxed at 15%. That is $1,500. Same profit, same investment. The only thing that changed was a little patience near the finish line, and it saved $700. And remember that 0% bracket. A married couple whose total taxable income for the year sits under approximately $99,000 in 2026 could pay nothing at all on that long-term gain. The rules genuinely bend in favor of the patient investor. If this is finally making taxes feel simple, subscribe so the next breakdown finds you. Because these next few moves are where the real money gets saved. So how do you actually put this to work? 4 simple moves. Step 1. Respect the 1-year line. Before you sell a winner, check how long you have actually held it. If you are close to that 1-year mark, waiting a few extra weeks can drop your rate from your full paycheck rate down to the gentler long-term one. Just never let the tax tail wag the dog. Taxes are one input, not the whole decision. So do not cling to a bad investment purely to save a little tax. Step 2, and this is the big one, use tax-advantaged accounts. Inside a retirement account, like a workplace plan or an individual retirement account, buying and selling triggers no capital gains tax at all. You can rebalance, you can sell a winner, and the tax simply does not apply inside those walls. For most people, sheltering their investing inside these accounts is the single largest tax lever they have, far bigger than trying to time anyone's sale. Step 3, let your losses do some quiet work. If some investments are down when you sell them, those losses can cancel out your gains for the year, dollar for dollar. And if your losses are even bigger than your gains, you can use up to $3,000 of what is left over to shrink your regular taxable income and carry any remainder forward into future years. One caution here. If you sell for the loss, do not buy that very same investment back within 30 days, or a rule called the wash sale erases the tax benefit you are after. Step 4. Let it ride. Because you are only taxed when you sell, simply staying invested and letting your dividends reinvest and compound keeps that tax bill politely in the future where it belongs. Every year you choose not to sell is a year the government waits, while your money keeps working for you. So let us bring it home. You are not taxed when your investments rise, only when you sell. Hold for 1 year or less, and the gain is taxed like your paycheck. Hold for more than a year, and it drops into the gentler 0, 15, or 20% world. Shelter what you can inside retirement accounts. Let your losses offset your gains. And remember that patience is not just an investing virtue. It is a genuine tax strategy. The people who get surprised in April are the ones who never learn the 1-year line. The people who quietly keep more of their own money are the ones who did. If this made a confusing subject finally click, subscribe, and stick around, it is the best way to keep these calm money breakdowns coming. Next, we take on a question every investor eventually faces. When you have a lump sum to invest, are you better off putting it all in at once or spreading it out bit by bit? The honest answer next time. And one honest note before you go. This is general education, not financial advice. The tax rates and income thresholds here are the current figures for 2026, and the example, a $10,000 gain in a 22% bracket, is a round illustration to show how the rules work, not a recommendation about your own situation. Your income, your accounts, and your tax picture are your own. So confirm the details for your situation and consider talking with a qualified tax professional before you make a move.